loans give more returns. Get more security and more interest on your fixed deposits from Sri Lanka's largest finance company, LOLC Finance.
Hi, I'm Tiron Wickramasinghe.
Hi, I'm Raffealla Fernando.
Hi, I'm Roshan, Ranawana.
Hi, I'm Sangeetha, Weeraratne. And we will be answering Living's questions today for Living Gets Real.
Hi Tiron, Sangeetha, Roshan and Raffealla. Welcome to Living Gets Real. It's lovely to have you with us today. So let's start with the first question. Raffealla, can you tell us a little bit about the exercise routine and the diet plan during the last 6 weeks?
Well, to start with, so I haven't been a person who's like fit or working out constantly. So it was like quite a new routine for me. So I think I remember we started with circuit training, and then he kept on changing the workouts accordingly to match my physical fitness at that time, or the stamina I would say, because I was down with a couple of injuries. So moving on to my diet, so I was given like a mix of different diets. Started with a detox diet with juices only, and then moving on with a little bit of food, and up to now I don't think I was given carbs, but the most exciting and the challenging part was I love eating veggies and fruits. That was interesting, but I had to consume protein, so which was a lot of eggs in my diet. I don't think I have had so many eggs within this year, I guess. So that was my diet briefly. So yeah.
Okay, Roshan, a little bit about your routine and exercise.
Yeah, I was a person who was doing, who was working out in the gym for more than for more than 20 years. But now this workout schedule or whatever is so special for me, because I actually learned a lot from this session, because it was 6 weeks. The knowledge I gained was a lot, because this time I learned how the diet was important, not only exercises, but the diet was number one, because and as well as the techniques that because sometimes I realized that I was not doing the correct techniques and not the correct exercises. So that's why I sometimes the results that I wanted, I didn't get it. So so 3 days of training in the gym, and the rest of the day were just pure cardio. So I didn't have any rest day, but last 2 weeks, Sunday was like a rest day for me, and it was totally 3 days in the gym, but just 1 hour of workout, because like those days I used to work out for 1.5 hours to 2 hours, but it was like it was exhausting. But this time it was it was not easy, but 1 hour in the gym makes you feel really good. I mean, more than spending hours in the gym. So yeah, and the diet, to be honest, 4 weeks, I mean, I didn't have a strict diet, but the last 2 weeks were like, I had to go on a strict diet, and that was very challenging for me, because I love food, because even those days I used to just eat. I didn't follow any diet plan or whatever, but I used to work out. But that's why, because what I realized was the diet plays a major role in fitness. So they say you make your abs in the kitchen, so that's right. Yeah.
Nice. Sangeetha, over to you.
Okay, for me, so I'm not a regular gym person or exercise person. So I have my moods and moments of wanting to work out and not wanting to work out. yet when Tiron told me about the project, and then when we started, oh my God! I mean, the first week, it was 1 hour. I think I dragged it on for about 1.5 hours because I would rest so many times in between. But it was the hardest work. It was so simple, yet I mean, when he does it, it looks so easy, and okay, I'm ready to do that. But when I'm doing it, it's so hard. And I was exhausted the first week, and I actually, I was like, oh my God, I've never done those exercises. And I was talking to him, and I was like, I haven't even seen this kind of exercises. Like, where do you come up with this? And he said, no, it's for your body type. And I realized with your age and your body type and the kind of style of living, this is created just for you. So just shush and do as I say. So yeah, that I just shushed and I did as he said. Workouts changed every week. Now 1 week, and I'm like, I get used to the exercises and the style, if it's the counts or whatever. And the next, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I'm ready for this now. And I go to the gym, and it's something completely different. And I'm like, what happened to that workout? He said, oh, that's done. Now you're into this routine. So it was not as, every single week he changed my routine. And some were with weights, some were with just freehand, but no exercise remained the same for all 6 weeks. Only thing that remained the same was the cardio that I had to do the days he's not training me. The food, he's very strict, and he just made it very clear, Sangeetha, because it's, I don't know, maybe it's more of a challenge because of, where I stand, because my body type is a little different, and I had some conditions with, with my body and how I resist working out and food and all of that. So because of that, he made it very clear. He said, no, you have to be strict. You have to be disciplined with your diet. It was a must, or don't continue the project. So that he was that strict with me. So I was very disciplined. For the first 3 weeks, I had carbs. I had chicken, salad, all of that. And then the detox came to me last. And I'm still on what he told me the last week, even though the project is over. I'm still on what he told me the last week because I'm so happy that I don't want to sort of get back to my normal diet. So even the diet was very different. I had fruits and vegetables the last week. And so it's been all I can say, it's been a different week every week.
Nice. So you all mentioned that you all had challenges and obstacles during the 6 weeks. How did you all overcome them and manage to stay on track? Raffealla, I will start with you.
Yeah, so I think out of all three of us, I had physical difficulties, or I would say obstacles, because I have 4 injuries. So I have a ligament tear on my knee, then I have like dislocations on my spine. So I was paralyzed for 1.5 years also at a point. So after that, I had difficulties moving and doing the most basic things like climbing up the stairs, climbing up the ladder, walking in the beach, very simple things like this. So, and something I realized was my body mobility was extremely low. And even if I have to go home, keep something and walk back and do another very simple task, it was really hard for me. And being a photographer, I have to daily like shoot, or it is a physically challenging profession as well. And me being someone who's I've been very active, physically active, adventurous throughout my life. So I've done sports, I've done like few things when I was pretty young, and then like it continued differently, and that was not by my choice. So at a point I was very scared to work out, because the last time I did my workouts I again ended up being in bed. So starting this, I was very clear to Tiron, like, see, even when I get a cramp, it's very psychological for me. So, like I said, obstacles are very physical and challenges are very psychological for me, because I think I even had a how do I say, mental breakdown at the gym once, because I was getting cramps and I couldn't do the most basic workouts. But Tiron has been very attentive, observant, and he understands the conditions, because he has dealt with people like this before as well. So it's the first time I'm getting trained with someone who knew what I was going through, that I didn't really have to keep on saying, see, I have this problem, I have that problem and all that. He knew what I was going through and he understood. So that for me was very important, and that was how do I say, I had more trust in the routine, because since at a very young age I was paralyzed and I was going through so many physical difficulties, and like it was very medical, and it was at a point very critical, to a point that getting off the bed was also very hard. And this was very recent, and it kept on triggering time to time. But I have to say this, I'm back from Norelia. I got back yesterday, so that was after a 12-kilometer hike, and I had no pain at all. I called Tiron right after the hike and I was like, dude, like, you're amazing, like, thank you so much. I was able to do this, and me being an adventurous person, accomplishing that was a huge deal for me, because going on a hike, getting back without any pain, and now I'm wearing heels. I got back yesterday, so I don't have any spinal pain, knee pain. So I think my body is getting better. The body mobility has got better, and which is very important for my profession, for my overall lifestyle, because I'm not very old. I'm still have long years to go. So I need to move around, I need to do things in life. So I'm so happy that my body does what it does, and I'm part of this. Before, it's something that I had to do. This was by choice. So I'm looking forward to continue also with Tiron, because he understands my condition. So I want my body to get better, condition better, so I can do better things. I was telling Tiron a while ago also, I want to do the Pidru Talagala hike again, and I want to do Bamarakanda, I want to do Siripade, because I am just not going to stop, because now I know my body is working properly. It's like a machine and it works properly, and I've not given up in life, and definitely my body can't at any cost, so I'm going to make sure that my body conditioned properly, and and see, next year I'll be doing all these hikes, and then be a much more fitter person, and it's a big deal for me. So these challenges and obstacles were there when I started. Right now I'm more of a happier person, because I know this is going to be fine, and that trust I have in him. And so that's something I would say even for people who have injuries, and that you shouldn't stop from there. You need to really push it forward, and so no obstacles and challenges anymore, but when I started, these I had.
That's amazing. Roshan, how about you?
Yeah, when we talk about obstacles, actually, because since I mentioned before, working out was a normal thing for me, because I have been doing this for the past 20 years. But let me say about the endurance. Actually, the endurance part, yes, because the last 2 weeks, the workouts which I did was very challenging for me, because there were more repetitions which I have never done in my life, because normally we do 3 repetitions, maximum 4, but the last 2 weeks was 7, so it's almost like twice the repetitions I have done before. That was very challenging, and for the first time in my life I were able to jog for 40 minutes at a stretch, and not on the ground, it was on the beach. Jogging on the beach, people who have jogged with the waves and the sand, it is so hard to do. But 40 minutes, it was not, I was checking the watch, and another 10 minutes I can do very easily. So that was pretty amazing, the endurance that I have developed. Actually I was telling Tiron, more than anything, I want to develop my endurance. That's what I told him the first day, and I think Tiron can remember that. So, but throughout that 6 weeks, Tiron has been able to take me there where I wanted, especially the endurance part. But okay, now it's the most challenging part, the food. Now that was very challenging for me.
The
Obstacle was food. How can I not eat what I like? Because okay, the first 4 weeks, I actually reduced the quantity that I, especially lunch was rice and curry for me. And there was rice, I would, if I want to eat, I just, I have never counted the amount that I put, on the plate, the rice. So I had to make it like, 100 grams and, but sometimes, when I feel, okay, 100 grams, okay, maybe another one. Okay, today I worked out, okay, I work out, so it's okay, another one more. So like that, and the sweets. But the last 2 weeks, yes, I did. Tiron, I was, I did a pretty good job. But here and there, I had a cup of tea and 1 teaspoon of sugar. So that was very difficult. So yeah, food, the diet was the difficult part to control.
Nice. I guess being a foodie in culture, especially now, makes it even more difficult, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Sangeetha, over to you.
Okay, so challenges and obstacles. So when I had the same routine, of course, the exercises and the diet, the first thing I was thinking to myself was it was just 6 weeks, so I was not going to cheat on my diet. I kind of promised myself that. So that number one discipline was with me, Roshan. So that was not I mean, in my mind I'd made it up, so that was okay. But my workouts, Jesus, seriously, my workouts was so challenging. I think honestly, for the first time in my life, I cried in the gym. And when I told my daughter, she was like, in front of people you cried, Amma? I said, I couldn't help it. It was so painful. And Tiron would have such a straight face and he would continue to count. And I'm crying saying, it's difficult. And he'd go 8, 8, 8, till I go 9, 10. And so after the first few days, he said, listen, Sangeetha, you're here not to eat or not to have fun and not to relax and you're here to exercise. It causes pain. Bear it. It was, those words said to me, he kept on repeating when every time my body hurt. I mean, I would feel my legs shiver, and I'll be looking at his face, and he'll have such a blank face, and he'll be counting, and that's all he does. And if I say, look, can I take a smaller weight or something like that, he said, are you the trainer or am I the trainer? And I'm like, okay, you're the trainer. So then you do as I say. I'm like, but it's difficult. He said, no, but you can do it. Your body is capable of doing it. So do it. So I think he had to talk a lot. I don't know whether he had to do the same with the others. So he had to keep on pushing me because there were so many times that I would give up on the exercise because it was just, I would think it's not possible, and he would say, no, take that thought off your head that the exercise is not possible and just concentrate on my technique and my counting. That's it. Because I'll also be counting the reps. He said, stop counting the reps. You're not responsible for that. But the exercises were the most difficult ones. But I think my last week, he made me do one exercise for 27 minutes. 27 minutes. He did the same exercise because I was not doing it correctly. I said, no, I'm not interested in half-done exercises. Either you do it properly or you don't do it. So after that, he, can I say? He actually walked off. He said, okay, I've spent 1.5 hours with you. You've done only 6 exercises. I'm walking off. So disappointed in your commitment today for your work.
Really?
And he
Is
walked
there?
off.
How mean, Tiron.
He
How
walked
dare
off.
you do that to Sangeetha?
So I actually wrote back and said, I had to message him and say, I'm so sorry if you feel that way, but the exercise was so difficult. I mean, I could actually show some of the exercises he gave me, and it was crazy difficult. And then he told me, now this is after 1.5 hours of exercise in the afternoon. He came at, started at 1:30 and done at 3. And he messaged me again at 5. He said, okay, fine. If you're really that sorry, I'm coming back after all my training tonight at 9:45. And then we're going to do this entire routine again. I promise you, my body shivered when I read the message. It was like physically, my body was like. I was thinking, oh my God, I had to go through that routine again. But when he came back, he gave me a totally different routine, and I finished at 11:30 that night. And yeah, so those were the kind of obstacles that I faced. But I always tell myself, it's all in your mind. So he kind of kept on telling that to me. He said, you always say, no, everything's in your mind. Now this is also in your mind. Start working on. Start thinking it's easy. So I think it's really true. It's in your mind, and if you put your mind to it, you're capable of overcoming any obstacle and any difficulty.
Wow, that's really inspiring. Okay, so Tiron, the man of the hour, the next question is for you. What advice would you have for individuals who want to undergo a shorter term of transformation? And how can they optimize the results and make the most of their time?
Okay, so I would like to take it from my latest clients. So starting from Sangeetha. So Sangeetha, let's say out of 3, Sangeetha Weeraratne is like one of the toughest which I have trained so far. So I know what's the capacity and capable of she can when it comes to workout. So, but sometimes like she won't her ways, okay, it's hurts, okay, it's not easy, maybe my diet is tough. So those kind of silly excuses she gives, but she knows she can't get away with the excuses. So anyway, so what I would say here, we need to understand the person first and her, how strong she is, how strong he is. So thing is we need to work accordingly. I can't say for everybody we can give the same workout, for everybody same diet routine. So everybody same tolerance level do have. So all 3 individuals are different. So when it comes to Sangeetha, there is no injuries, but so much of few medical issues and all stuff. But still, if you know about anatomy, if you know about the movements of the body, so it's not I would say it's not easy. I can't say it's easy, but it's difficult, pattern of how you design the workout. But if you know that, it will be easy to design the workout. So likewise, Roshan, so the first 3 weeks I have not even touched his diet because I know who he is. So first 3 weeks I asked him, okay, just shall we cut down? So because I used to go and pick him and drop him. So I did it purposely because I can have that conversation with him throughout good half an hour. So he tells me, Tiron, this is what I had. So, but I don't push it, okay, cut it down. So slowly, we gradually, we reduce the quantity, we change little bit here and there, but according to his diet plan. So 3rd week or 4th week, he said, wow, I'm getting the definition. So in the end, I regret I could have started my diet from the day 1, no. So I said, yeah, why not? So we are not late for it. So let's start from 4th week, but 4th week also slightly we introduced a little bit of protein. But 5th and 6th, what I did was, okay, now you have seen major results. What do you think? So shall we go for a strict diet? Let me try. I said, okay, not let me try, just do it as it is. You will get super definition. I'll make sure you will get more than this. You will get it within 2 weeks. I'm working out for 3 days. Do you think 3 days can be possible? I said 3 weeks, only 9 days is a major difference. Why can't you just take my word and do for 3 days? I said, okay, fine. So weekend he had a Saturday we did the cardio, Sunday rest, and Monday he worked out. So Monday when he's working out with the diet, now he's slowly popping up his muscle and like his definition. So then okay, fine, shall we? So okay, he was okay, so he continued. And I'm surprised, like, he's saying like I had tea. I'm really surprised, but I never thought like he has sugar or tea or anything. But however, like himself, I'm sure like he understand, like, with this pace, with this workout, it's not impossible. The thing is like anything possible if you know the exact art, it's possible. Because like why I chose him was like I know he's so determined and he loved his body. He wanted to get there, and I know for a fact. I used to do conditioning coach for St. Joseph's College. He and his brother was there, and I have heard about them. So they are like very disciplined. They're playing basketball. But I know playing basketball, going for 20 years working out, why he doesn't have that sort of a ripped body? Let me take him and I'll do it, whatever he wants. But I know because like on and off we used to meet and have the same conversation. There's no conversation other than fitness for him, right? So I thought, okay, he's the person, so let me take him. But not 100% I'm satisfied with the result, but I would say 95, but 100% my pleasure, because like he's so happy with his result. But when it comes to me, I'm not 100% satisfied. Now I know with the tea and sugar. And yeah, so it's totally different. And when it comes to Raffealla, I would say I really like her discipline. If I tell, okay, this is a diet, so the very difficult thing is for all the clients is diet. So rest is like diet comes like 80% of the entire fitness, 20% is the training, and I can give you just a 2% or 3% in the gymnasium. So basically she's doing her homework 80%, so rest I can do. As I said, like if you know the art, if you know the anatomy, if you know the body mechanism, I'm not I don't train to study or learn things. So I know, because like 15 years my career running. So these kind of situation I have a lot of, like, I have faced it a lot. But only person, she being like, 1.5 years, paralyzed, and 2 slip discs, 3 slip discs, and with the major knee injury. She do have so much of courage. Okay, I'm not going to stop. No, nothing going to stop me. So that makes me to, train, okay, in a pro level. So, but in my mind, so then she is, I'm careful. So it's a slip disc is like where the vertebral column is like, where the central nerves goes. If I do something wrong, her entire life is gone. So it's more than her. I'm thinking, but I don't show because I'm scared and like, I'm worried about it, because like if I show, she will collapse. So I don't want to do that. She did a good job. So I think good for 6 weeks, she also do have major results. So basically, Raffealla, Sangeetha, I'm really happy with her results, but not Roshan. I'm sorry, Roshan. So for general public, what I would say, it's totally different. We can't say this is the exercises we did, this is the diet we did it, because like for Sangeetha said like every week we have been changing. No, actually every day I was changing. So the type of working out, I would say this is called periodization system, which is like, there is a few topics: anatomical adaptation, hypertrophy, maximum. So basically these designs by for annual or 6 month or quarterly. But this workout, I managed to grab it, everything packaged for 6 weeks. It was not easy. So that was the thing. I've been harsh to her because I have been working out with her, so I know her capacity. And like when she doesn't give 100%, I get really pissed off, because like I give 110% for this. She have to give the 200%. That's her body. And like the way now she's, dressing up and like say things, she's happy. So I can see that happiness. But when it comes to me, I don't want to think I could have done more. I could have pushed her more. So that's why this 6 weeks I did like, pushed her like 1000%. So yeah, so anyone can do don't think like you are injured. You're not young anymore. You're a vegetarian. You don't take supplement. Those are excuses. You can go. You can reach your goal. So basically, as I said, like this kind of periodization. So it comes annual, 6 month and quarterly. My last one before I was taking them, so it was quarterly, which is like I did my own competition for 3 months, and only 3 months I did. I became Mr. Sri Lanka in 2018, top 5 for physique. So it's the way you design workouts. So 3 months, I changed for 6 weeks today. So 6 weeks, there's major results. Everyone happy other than me because of the Roshan.
I'm happy.
Because Roshan is so much of case study for you. But Roshan, I don't think Roshan will stop. So let's continue, Roshan.
It's looking sharp.
Yeah, I think that's the goal to keep continuing.
Yes.
Without the tea and the sugar.
Yeah.
Please do.
What in the world?
Why? Why can't I have a cup of tea?
I haven't had a cup of tea for the last 7.
Tea is my favorite. Come on, I don't drink.
Cake,
I'm
chocolate is my. I'll die for cake and chocolate.
I know.
And I've been to.
See, I don't consume alcohol. Only tea in the world.
I have been to 8 birthday parties, and one of my
Have with bee honey?
favorite cake makers made 3 of those cakes, and I had to just sit and watch people.
Should I just taste it?
No.
I mean, that doesn't.
Because I didn't want to. I was like,
Just
no.
that's it.
Yeah, okay.
You're working out.
And also, like, you saw how difficult when I was doing the competition. I was like
Yeah.
smelling all the food that I don't even touch. Yeah. But it's short term.
All right, thank you, Tiron. So, can you tell us a little bit about how you all balance your transformation with other commitments and responsibilities in your lives? And also, have your fans and followers reacted to this major transformations that you all have had? Raffealla, let's start with you.
Yeah, so talking about the commitment, I'm usually very disciplined on a day-to-day lifestyle. So if I even have to do something, I do meditate 1 hour. If I have to be somewhere at 4, I make sure I wake up at even 1 in the morning. So I do my routine, and that's usually me. And I warn that if I don't do that, like, it really triggers my entire day. So the dieting, food prepping part was my favorite, because committing to that was usual for me, because on a day-to-day thing I do that, because prepping meals and all that. So committing for that was all right for me. But taking time, because I live out of Colombo, so coming to Colombo to train, I had to make sure my entire timetable was intact. So I do the work and then I work out. Also, because it's a 1 hour to 45 minutes distance for me to come to the gym. So, and I worked out almost daily for the last 2 weeks. And then I think the other part for me was like when I have to shoot for like 18 hours shoots or 20 hours shoots. So I used to like just take the lunch break off and come to the gym, work out and go back. And then, that sort of situations I had. And then again, prepping meals and then taking it there and making sure it was fresh. Because I'm a huge foodie. I need to make sure my food looks good. It's not served, it's presented. And that is something that I make sure I do that on a daily basis for myself. Something I do for my self-care. So I had to prep all that. So so I was majorly committing for that part, and then some days, you lose your sanity, because you're working about 18 to 20 hours, and then again you have to work out, then you have to eat food in a certain way, so that was that was the hard part, but I was happily doing it because I could see results, I could feel a different version of myself, and I really like when I feel like myself is evolving, and that's something I dig for on a day-to-day. So that part was how I committed. That wasn't hard for me because that's something we do every day. And then the feedback from my audience was immense, because I've always been a body positive person and a plus size, and then again kind of changing my waist from plus size to curvy was actually like, everyone was like, Raf, like you look different, you look like a different person, and and my friends were concerned, and my audience, and they were very happy to see me in a different way. And then again, the moment I started posting pictures of me on my Instagram, because I usually post only my work on my work profile, and everyone saw like how much I've changed, and I was getting so many messages like, you look different and all that. And also everyone was like, who's your trainer? Can I get his contact? Can I get in touch with him? So there were like 2-3 days I was literally like Tiron's manager and PR manager, sending his number to every single person who was messaging me. It was chaotic. It was fun too. I was actually like, bugging him about it. Like, see, like I'm like your manager throughout the whole time. I kept on sending your number to everyone. So I think this is something which is very relatable to a society, because many of us are not perfect when it comes to our body structures. We have, different problems, injuries, and weight issues. Either it's a plus size or it's otherwise. So still so many body issues, and no matter you have the most perfect body, you're always going to be unhappy about it. That's very psychological. So in that society, this sort of project is really something which triggers the audience, because beauty is something which sells like that, and people love fitness, people love beauty, and being in the fashion and the entertainment industry, how people see and feel motivated and triggered, I would say. I want to use the word trigger, because they get triggered. Oh my God, if she did it, I also can do this. I want to do this. I have this problem. I have my weight issues. It could be out of depression, after delivering a baby, after an injury, or whatever the personal reason is. So that's why I think there was a major feedback, because people really like change, and that's the most consistent thing in our lives, like changing, evolving, and then people love seeing it. And I think for the past 6 weeks we became content and we became content at the same time. So it was a good thing, and I think the feedback was immense. I've never got so much feedback for how I look, because I'm a photographer. I'm a behind the scene person. Getting so many messages about how I look is something I was like, damn, I'm awesome. I was feeling that way at a point. I was telling Tiron, like it's not about my work, because usually I get tons of messages. Raffealla, I like this shoe, this is amazing, this, and all of a sudden people are messaging, you have lost weight, you are looking better than before. And I'm like, oh, it was boosting my self-confidence. Even though I was a body positive person, I realized within these 6 weeks that deep down inside I wanted to be fit too, and I had my body insecurities and body anxieties when it comes to certain outfits, because I love dressing up. So certain outfits I always gave up. I'm not going to wear this. And when I started working out also, I used to wear these huge big t-shirts, and one day Tiron was like, can you not wear like a pillowcase sort of a t-shirt, so I know how fat you are, like how much you have lost. And then I started gradually wearing different types of clothing. So I think more than the audience or the fans or the followers, it was me who realized I'm losing weight, I'm looking different than before, because I was so used to seeing me in a certain way, and it has always been about me. So like I'm not bothered about what others are going to say to me. If I feel I look good, that's all what matters to me. That is my prime rule of life, and I started feeling that, and I was so thankful. And every time I was working out, I was telling Tiron, I'm so grateful that this happened, because, and he was like, you don't have to thank me. I was like, no, I am usually like that. I'm genuinely grateful because I look different and I like how I feel, and that was my ultimate goal of this six weeks. And I mean, of course, secondary, everyone else said there's a big difference, and out of respect, I moved on.
Very inspiring. Roshan, how about you?
Yeah, I actually I was able to do, I didn't miss any of my workouts apart from 1 week. I mean, 1 week I had to go overseas, so I could do anything. But still, Tiron gave me the schedules where you can, where I can, because I didn't have a gym where I was. I had a show for one week. I was not in the country. So, but for the very first time, I was like, when I go overseas or when I'm on holiday, I don't work out. I just eat and just enjoy, have fun. But this, for the first time, I managed to do my workout inside the room. I can remember one day it was, and I was in Melbourne, and Melbourne was very cold. And I can remember I woke up around 6 to 6:30. It was raining, and Tiron wanted me to warm up before my workout, but I couldn't go out. But I can remember there was a long corridor. I put on my jacket, freezing. I used to, 10 minutes I had to go on. It was raining. I was getting wet. And then I went inside the room and did my workout. So like that, I have I managed to do for the first time in my life something like that, because I didn't want to miss my schedule, the schedules. Other than that, the work, the shoots, I managed to, to schedule the time I wanted, because after the workouts or maybe in a different way. So likewise, I gave priority to my workout rather than the diet. I was kidding. So so likewise, I mean, I can say for the very first time, because normally the other days workout came second, maybe your work comes first, but because the 6 weeks it was so important for me, I actually put my work into on second, and then workouts on first. So and talking about how the audience reacted, that was, I can say, because I had events, I had functions, when I go there, people realize, saying, we have lost weight, especially from my belly, because I before I started working out, because before I started Tiron's workout, I think I was very busy for about 2 months. I couldn't do any workout. I was just eating. It was too much of work for me. I couldn't sleep properly. I was actually my whole. I was totally. What do you call? I given up on workouts. That's how I was before I started Tiron's workout. So I wanted to start my workout, but it was not, my body was not, telling me, okay, go and start workout from tomorrow or whatever. But suddenly I get a call from Tiron and saying, okay, do you like to do a program like this? And I was like, oh, wow, yes, this is what I wanted. I wanted to go back to my, the way I was. And thanks to him, that 6 week helped me to lose weight and, to get my definitions that I wanted. And especially because I was able to do a shoot open
Bare
shirt,
body.
bare body. I did some
the
shoots
talk
as
of the
well.
town.
Yeah, that was.
So-
He did look amazing.
That was after a long time. Long time. I can't remember when I did something like that. I mean, maybe long time back. But yeah, so it was amazing for me, and thanks to him.
Nice. Sangeetha, how about you?
Okay, so just like Roshan, I knew that 6 weeks was my number one priority. And actually, when Tiron spoke to me about the project, he said, can you prioritize this project? Because with you, I really need you to commit yourself from every other work, because the kind of work I do, I mean, it's not just professional acting or, because of who I am, my social commitments. It's also the businesses, and I'm a mother, a wife and a mother, and a daughter-in-law, so there's a lot of family commitments and work there. So, but he was like, can you commit yourself to the 6 weeks, prioritizing this before everything else? So I cleared my schedule and I did that. So with everything else came second, and I could do it obviously because of the position I was in. I'm not working. I mean, if I was doing a movie or something like that, which we had no control, but I wasn't committed to anything like that, and everything was under my control. So because of that, I could commit, and so my commitment was as such. And within 3 weeks, after the first 3 weeks, I actually put out my first picture of the transformation, in just 3 weeks. The feedback I got was amazing. I mean, because even my friends who haven't spoken to me in months and years messaged me, and it was like, Sangeetha, we're so happy to see you back like this, and wow, it's just fabulous that you've lost so much weight. And then, I mean, there was this thing, okay, Sangeetha can never lose her balm, and it was just like this thing that is, generally spoken of.
Yeah.
And and it was pretty amazing to lose it. And actually, that was the first thing people would tell me, like, okay, turn around.
That was an obstacle. Why did you? That was an obstacle.
That must have been an obstacle. So actually, my dearest friends, the first thing they told me was like, turn around, we want to see you. And then they would go, oh wow, seriously, that's just great. So starting from the third week, the response I got encouraged me further to tolerate everything else that I had to tolerate within that 1.5 hours of training. That hardship, or the pain and all of that, and of course not getting regular food. I mean, living in a house where you have a kid, you have people who, and I entertain a lot. So I've had events, functions, and sometimes I prepare those cheese platters or whatever. Sometimes I had to sit and prepare them and sit through people eating my favorite Thai or different cuisines and just watch them eat. So I think those response from the people, from my fans, from my friends and family, just helped me get through the next 3 weeks of having that discipline of doing things the way Tiron wanted us to do it. So yeah, it's and actually in the 6 weeks, more than anything else, more than anyone else, when I look at myself alone, I just look at myself in the toilet and look at my body, I'm happy. That satisfaction of knowing, okay, this is my commitment and this is what I worked for the last 6 weeks and I've got this result. It's personal satisfaction that beats everything else to me, because I didn't cheat myself and I've got results. And that is to me the biggest happiness, where I can look at myself and be proud of what I've done.
So looking back at the 6-week program, and Tiron, you created the 6-week program, what can you take away from this transformation that you'd like to share with the others very briefly?
6 weeks, okay. This 6 weeks transformation started because of my transformation back a day, 2018, so 3 months. So I thought 3 months is a very long period who can commit. So 6 weeks also difficult, so how come 3 months? So basically I created this 6 weeks program. So what I wanted here, so this is not the lifestyle what I'm thinking of. This is a push start for your healthy lifestyle. So these, when I was doing the training and when I'm training them, so not only exercise and not only the diet plans, so I elaborate why you do this. So the thing is with me or without me, so they are able to continue this. So majorly Sangeetha, Raffealla, so what they want is they want to lose weight. So it's not majorly they want to increase their lean muscle mass. So losing weight, so if you're getting the pattern properly of diet and the continuously work out, you can get it done. But majorly issue is for Roshan. So Roshan need to lose weight and also to increase his lean muscle mass as well. It's a task. This is not easy. So basically, so he need to understand how to eat, how to work out, not overdo, not take long breaks. So these kind of thing is the main key. So them to understand their body. So what I'm trying to give to the public, which is like anyone can do if they can do within 6 weeks. So basically, I choose her because of Raffealla. When I see her, like when her fans to friends to family, their feedback, it's so amazing. The thing is like I personally I go and read because like I have seen many. It says, are you sure your trainer knows what he does? You have so much of injuries, so you are going through. Have you told about this? So they are concerned. So the thing is like if they know these things, so that's mean like they also can start from any sketch anywhere. So likewise, so you need to understand within 6 weeks if the major results of Sangeetha. I'm sure like I'm also surprised when I see her, like she have lost a lot of weight, and also after I'm sure Manhunt, Roshan, Manhunt, he's going bare body for shoes. It's like after good decade, trust me. Yeah, after good decade. So Raffealla, we got in touch very recently, only this 6 weeks, but understanding her from the day one, you know, we have a long conversation after workout, before workout, like, you know, long conversation because I want to understand. I just don't do just training or just giving diet and just watch. I want to know in and out about it. So with all these obstacles, if they can achieve what they have achieved today, anyone can do it. So that's my message to anyone can do, because like this individual, they have a busy life. They've been celebrities. Like let's take from Raffealla, from morning to night, she do have a shoot, either music video, either fashion shoot, either photo, like, you know, the food photography, which is like very difficult to stay seeing food and not eating. And Roshan, like, you know, he got so much of commercials to like events to everything. So he calls. And also when it comes to Sangeetha, like as she said, like, you know, business to her career to being mother is a lot of commitment. But they committed this 6 weeks, 1.5 months from your entire life. If you can't sacrifice, there is nothing to say.
We have more time if you can. It's a different thing.
Because you did 3
Now we
months
have,
and then like
more
you should do
time.
3 months
Actually,
for
now
everyone.
we want him to make a project for not just 6 weeks, about we have
3
to do
months,
3 months.
yeah.
Of course, 1 year even I can, but he's not ready.
Yeah.
Tiron, I mean, they're just telling you what they want to make use of it.
Oh, that's the demand, you know. So
Yeah, also I'm thinking of like, you know, also like, okay, they have got result what they wanted. I'm sure Roshan is happy. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay, he's happy.
I mean,
so
yeah,
I want
yeah.
so I want to do the same thing for like selective another 2 or 3 people, like, you know, they also feel to feel the same pleasure what they, you know, enjoy today. So let's see how it works.
Lovely. Thank you very much. So we've come to the end of the Q&A segment. We'll meet it on the other side with a fun game that we have in store for you all.
The key to quality and efficiency. Be a jewel. Professionalism is the jewel in the corporate crown.
Refresh Sri Lanka for a civic-minded society. In association with 99X. LMD, the voice of business.
All right, welcome back to our game segment that we have in store for you. So we have Never Have I Ever. So I'll read out a few statements and questions, and then you can either say I have or I haven't. So let's start. The first one. Never have I ever lied to impress someone. Okay. Never have I ever said I'm on my way while I was still at home. Tiron?
Never.
Wow.
I don't do that.
I
You know, have I
Yeah,
ever done? No.
I have.
Sangeetha is like, that's the usual thing. Sangeetha.
Never have I ever stuck gum under a chair or table.
I have never.
In school?
School, come on.
During school?
We are not allowed to take gum. I never ate gum in school.
Never have I ever gone to bed without brushing my teeth.
I have.
Oh, all of y'all have. Never have I ever shared someone else's secret. Thinking.
Someone else's secret, I have never.
Good. Nice.
I have. With my husband and best friend, I've done it. I have done it.
Okay.
Counts, no?
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Yeah.
Never have I ever told a bad joke.
All the time.
Yeah.
Bad joke?
Bad life.
Like, okay.
Like a bad,
joke.
not
Okay,
so
no.
funny.
You have never?
Not so funny. Not so funny
never?
joke.
No.
Oh, yes.
Why is this? The boy leg?
All the time.
What?
I have.
Bad jokes?
Yeah.
Of course, the boy leg is bad joke, right?
Yeah, a very bad joke.
Never ever have I lied to a teacher.
I have.
Are you seriously asking that?
Seriously?
I think we all have. We're all very much guilty of that.
You have? Wow.
Why?
Why?
I'm a
You have?
Oh, yes.
That's true.
T.
Never ever have I ever cheated on a test.
Oh, actually, I have. Helping someone else. I didn't, but I helped someone.
Very rarely, yeah. This is very
I did
rarely.
that.
Once I...
You have never?
I have never.
I've helped someone, but not cheated.
Never ever have I ever read someone else's diary.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Never.
Okay. Never have I ever eaten dessert before dinner.
All the time.
That's not even a question.
Yeah, what
Like
is that?
seriously.
Yeah, desert is life.
Okay. Never have I ever put my shoes on the wrong feet.
I have. I even wear like that. Two
You mean-
different types of
Really?
shoes for different occasions.
What do you mean?
No, she meant the right to left and left to right.
Left,
What
yeah.
do you mean? You can wear and go?
No,
sometimes you-
just wear it.
Sometimes you wear it and then you realize and then you change it.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever laughed so hard that the drink came out of my nose.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't.
yeah, I have.
I have laughed, but it's
Yeah,
not
but
the drink
Drink,
at
of
all.
course, I'm not sure, but yes, water maybe.
Okay. Liquid.
Liquid.
Some kind of liquid. Okay. Never have I ever run out of toilet paper in the restroom.
No, that's the first thing I check. So no, I have never.
I have.
Yeah, no.
Never have I ever screamed while watching a scary movie.
Oh my God, I have.
I don't even watch.
I also
actually.
didn't. I don't watch because I. Skip.
Okay.
Never. I watched, but never.
Okay, this is an interesting one. Never have I ever pretended to be sick just to get out of work.
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
I have.
Roshan's
I
thinking.
can't.
You have.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
remember.
Yeah.
Never have I ever lost a bet.
Lost a bet.
Lost a bet.
I have.
I never bet when I have to. When
Bet.
I know I'm losing, so I'm never. Make sure I don't bet then.
I once betted on.
Okay. Never have I ever spied on my neighbors.
Oh my God.
Neighbors.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Never have I ever eaten what I knew was someone else's food.
I have. My sisters, friends.
I also have.
Many.
I have.
Never have I ever pulled a door that had the push sign on it.
I have.
Oh yeah.
Many times.
Many times.
All the time.
Never have I ever danced on a bar.
I have.
No, I have never.
Tables,
Not on
counters.
table.
It's,
Never.
Oh, Tiron. Right.
that's me.
Okay.
Not on the counter.
Okay.
Never have I ever re-gifted a gift.
Oh, I have.
God, plenty.
You haven't? Oh, okay.
You haven't?
No, I don't.
Never have I ever sung in the shower.
All
That's the
the time.
only place I have ever sung.
I'm a superstar.
In the shower.
In the
a
shower.
superstar.
Nice. Okay. Never have I ever pretended to laugh at a joke that I didn't get.
I have.
I have.
So the person doesn't get hurt.
Oops.
Okay. Never have I ever snooped through someone else's text messages.
I have my own sisters.
Never have I ever eaten food that fell on the floor.
Oh, I have.
16-second rule counts, no? I have. You all haven't?
I have.
I think Tiron and food doesn't go.
I know, right?
Never have I ever made a duck face when taking a selfie.
What's the duck face?
Like,
The pouty lips.
Oh yeah. I have.
Never ever have I Googled my own name to see what comes up.
I have.
I have actually.
I think all of us do.
Never ever have I lied to my best friend.
Right. In her interest, I have lied.
Never ever have I fallen asleep during a movie.
I have. Recently. I wouldn't say what's the movie, but I did.
right.
No, I have never fallen asleep during a movie.
Never have I ever lied during this game of Never Have I Ever.
Oh, I have not.
What?
You lied during this game?
No.
Sure. Oh, nice. They all have been all truthful.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for being on the show, guys. It was really a pleasure to have you all here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you have it. These are our answers for the questions and the game.
So be sure to check out Living's Instagram and Facebook pages for the latest episodes of Living Gets Real.